setting my live up all by myself, guys, with no Ruskin to get me set up right. Okay, can you hear me? All right, we've got 35 minutes. Wait. Yeah, I'm ending my stream at 20 after 20, 35. 35 minutes flat for this live stream. And we're blow drying my hair. It's wash day. I got a haircut on Tuesday. Hi, Mom. I got a haircut Tuesday, so I'm excited to blow dry it. I just wanted to showcase like a little bit of what more of my natural hair is versus I feel like I always show it high Ruskin brushed out when it's super smooth and straight. And I realized that a lot of my clients or people think that I have really smooth, silky hair and not wavy, frizzy hair. And so I just wanted you guys to see that my hair actually has a good bit of wave and a good bit of frizz. And so the products that I'm using and the techniques that I'm using are super helpful in terms of getting rid of that frizz. And like I've been saying lately, the Smooth Infusion Style Prep by Aveda is a game changer. I've been using it forever, and so I feel like I didn't really, it's like I knew what it was supposed to be doing, but I didn't really recognize how much it actually worked until I started trying other products and realizing that my hair would get really frizzy. So I am now telling everyone that has frizz to use this, okay? Because it's life-changing. I'm also going to use something for volume today, which I'm going to use the Pure Abundance Style Prep. And I haven't really used this much. It's really good for people with finer hair or thinner hair that want a bit more body and volume. And it's a prep product as well, so I believe that also has a heat protectant in it, which is nice. But it's supposed to kind of prep your hair with volume for your blow dry. And I can always use a little volume, especially with all of my postpartum hair loss that I have. So I have those linked below. I might try out a new Aveda product, which I don't know if I'm technically, like, it's coming out soon, so I don't know if I'm supposed to show it yet or not. But I might try that out at the end too to see. And I'm excited about the new product, so I would like to love it. I would like to use it and play with it because I'm excited about it. I also technically washed my hair last night, even though this is like wash day. But so I washed it last night. Before I went to bed, I put in some Aveda Miraculous oil in through the ends, and then I did put in Smooth Infusion already. I think I'm going to add a little bit more because I took a nice hot shower today, which was so lovely, and got my hair wet, which was also nice to do because I never get to get my hair wet. And so I got to get it wet last night and today, which was so nice. And now I'm like doubling down on the moisture too. And I just got my hair cut on Tuesday. So my hair, I'm just excited to blow it out and see how it feels. It's been needing a trim for so long. I'm rubbing some of this Smooth Infusion in through my hands and just kind of coating, especially the ends, but then working it all the way through so that I have this humidity defense everywhere. It is a bit muggy outside today. It's like 60-something degrees, which is fabulous. I'm so happy. But it's also yesterday and today been a bit muggy. So if I do not have humidity defense, I will walk outside and my hair will go from being beautiful and smooth to being fluffy and frizzy, not in a cute way, because it's trying to be smooth, but then it ends up smooth with a layer of frizz over the top. So the smooth infusion is vital. Now we're gonna go in with the Pure Abundance Style Prep. Hi Dawn, hi Summer, hi Steve Scuba, hi Grim Reefa. Hi Negra, come on. Hi Izzy and Mateo. Ruskin, did you see that they got me with that one? The Threat Wrestling, good morning. OG Cyril. All right. I gotta like read in my head before I read out loud. Let's spray this everywhere. Actually, let's look at what it looks like. That's a bit thick for my liking to just spray in my hair. So I'm gonna spray some in my hands, rub it around, and then pull through. Oh, it smells really yummy. It's nostalgic. I love this smell. I used to use this product back in the day, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then they reformulated it. The aroma is just lovely. So you can get this all the way to the roots, which is fun because it's volumizing. So we'll see, since I'm rubbing this up at my roots, if I feel like my hair gets greasier faster or less fast or lasts as long. And I'm gonna drag it all the way through my ends. I'm not doing a ton of this because you just start with a little and work up from there. If I feel like this was fine and I could handle more, next time I'll try more. But again, I don't know. If you spray this in your hair, you're really gonna have to brush it through and rake it through to try to make sure it's evenly distributed because it's a pretty thick cream within a spray bottle. So that's just my observation. Now I'm gonna use the FHI Versasphere for the whole blow dry because I've been enjoying it lately, and I'm gonna use a round brush. So we're just gonna do a smooth round brush blow dry, and we're gonna start with the rough dry. So I'm gonna take this attachment off of it and start with my hairline. I've got all of these baby hairs from my postpartum regrowth that are coming in fabulously, but also there's a lot of them. So I'm taking Nutrafol, postpartum Nutrafol, which I feel like has made it happen a bit faster because I'm only 8 months postpartum, and a lot of times people won't even notice the loss or the regrowth until, you know, their kid's like a year old or they stop breastfeeding. So I feel like I'm getting through the process pretty fast, which is pretty nice. And I've said I might get bangs this year to mask it. What do you guys think about that? My mom says no, but apparently 2026 is the year of the bang. So I feel like, I don't know. I've had bangs when I was like really little, and I feel like you have to try it again as an adult, you know? The hair is growing fast. Okay, let's rough dry. We're gonna start right at the hairline here. Now here's something I wanna bring up. If you have growth patterns or cowlicks that are really strong, like see how this goes this way, up and back? It's gonna be helpful for me to pull all these down and forward, and even maybe this direction to smooth out that cowlick and make these lay a bit more neutral and soft, right? So if you have any intense cowlick that goes one way, basically what you want to start by doing is when it's wet and with some product in it, go the opposite direction that the hair is naturally going. So if it's going back in this way, then pull it down in this way. And that's gonna give you a lot more control over where the end result falls, having your hair fall naturally. Let's say you have a hard time going in the center because you have a cowlick that comes this way and makes you need to part on the side. If you blow dry the hairline immediately and style that bit first, you are going to be able to have control over what part you wear. And that is so empowering to be able to wear your hair where you want it instead of your hair telling you where you're allowed to wear it. So that's why we do the rough dry at the hairline first to get control over that. And then we're gonna go through and just get the roots dry to make the blow dry more efficient so that we get majority of the water out intentionally and aren't making the hair harder to blow dry once we get the round brush in there. So let's go. I'm using a vest brush that looks like this. It's my favorite brush. I also use the Denman sometimes, but Vest is my number one in the salon. I think I just have more control with it. I think maybe a Denman is easier for people to use. Can you hear me, you guys? I'm trying not to yell because my son's sleeping. And I have the blow dryer on, but I'm just trying to keep my voice a bit softer. So, like I said here, do you see how these baby hairs, I'm using the air to kind of blow them down like they're bangs. And then I'm using this brush, because this brush has so many bristles in it. And because they come wide, when you scoop the hair with them, it gives you a lot of tension, okay? So a lot of brushes, they just kind of comb through the hair and you're not gonna have the tension. The amazing thing about this brush is you can just scoop it and pull it and it's gonna pull on the hair to help smooth it out when you're putting the air on it. It can be scary if you're not used to having that tension where you're like, is it gonna come out of my hair? As long as you're not doing weird movements with it and you're just pulling with tension and pulling through the hair, it's not gonna get tangled in your hair. So I like using this brush because it helps get tension in the hair and smooth out all those little hairs without me having to use a ton of heat. And it's so much easier to get those hairs under control immediately then instead of trying to get in with a round brush to smooth them out. Because a lot of times we just can't get close enough or with enough tension with the round brush versus the vest brush. So from there, you could go in and keep using the vest brush with tension. I don't really need it at the moment because my hair's smoothed out pretty easy. But let's say you have pretty curly or wavy roots, then continuing to use the vest brush or the Denman and pull your roots of your hair up and over. Do you see these hairs? It's crazy. Pulling side to side and then using the air at the root of your hair to get it dry while having the tension in there. You're getting the wave out of your roots, okay? While getting majority of the water out of your roots, which just usually takes forever to get the roots dry. But as long as you do this first, instead of trying to go in with a round brush right away, your blow dry is going to go so much faster. And then flipping to the other side, I like to use the vest brush to section my hair. So I'll comb it back, make sure it's detangled, grab it to the side or wherever I want to go, and use it to section. So then I'll comb and grab another section, get up in there. Pull it up this way, pull it over this way. And I think that I should make like another long form tutorial, just doing this exact blow dry again, maybe with this hair dryer, so people can see first of all, my long hair, so it's like a bit more helpful to see me struggling a bit more with having some more length, because a lot of my old tutorials I had a bit shorter hair, which makes it seem a bit easier dealing with kind of the baby hairs. And then as I go through and work with my clients, they ask me some really good questions, and it's like things that maybe I didn't realize that I do just as a professional, that I've just learned over time, I haven't explained quite as well. So I want to explain it again in a long form tutorial. Let me know if that's something that you guys would enjoy. And if you haven't checked out my channel, and if you're new here and aren't a subscriber, feel free to like and subscribe, like this video, go check out my channel, check out my long form tutorial videos. They're nice to go back to if you need me to be doing your hair with you at home and to see the step-by-step. But the lives are fun because I kind of do different things before work in the morning, but usually they're really efficient and just fast styles that I do daily using different products and things so that you guys can have some practical hairstyles to wear on a daily basis, or more of an efficient way to get your hair ready for the day. Okay, so I got it majority dry. It's probably like 80% dry. There's a good bit of moisture still in through the ends, so I'm gonna get a little bit more of that out. If you, So is this better? I fixed the mic maybe. Was the noise cancellation like making my voice not work? Better? So I'm still focusing the air at the root, even though I'm trying to get some of the water out of the ends, because the roots kind of hold the water more so. And so if I open the hair up and point the air at the root, it's going to move the water out of my hair. All right, now we're going to section. I might do my makeup first. We're going to put the concentrator on now. I also have every product except for the new Aveda one that I might show at the end linked below. So if you guys are wondering about any of these things, including the blow dryer, they're linked in my description. What we're gonna do now is clip this stuff back out of my face while I put a little bit of makeup on. I'm gonna let this finish air drying a little bit. And that way we can get through the makeup before I do the rest of my hair. But it's nice to get that pre-dry done so that the roots are dry and then the ends can dry a little bit more naturally without any heat on them before I continue and go in with the round brush. Randy Riggs said, hi Randy, hi Icon Forever. Hi Zebe, hi David Lee, hi Vulnerability Expert, Jerzier, hello. Hello Mike Larry, hello Lind88, hello Sinclair, hello Walleye, hey Summer. All right, I think I said hi to most people. Hi, Matt McGowan and Alberto Munoz. And Bobby Harris and Opportunities and Gone 3302. Okay. And Wick Vegas said sending big hugs. My mom said she's not a fan of bangs. Good morning, everyone. Let's do a little makeup. before I continue, we're gonna do a brightening primer. We're doing this fast because I am having a hard cutoff for my live streams at 9:20 so that I am not late to work and that I'm not rushed, because even if I wouldn't be late to work, I don't want to be rushed because then my nervous system goes crazy. So I was supposed to go live yesterday. I didn't because I was exhausted. I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown. And so I'm sorry if y'all were here waiting and I didn't show up. I'll try not to leave you hanging again, but sometimes you just have to give yourself a moment. I slept in. I did yoga and Pilates today. I had a good cry. And Ruskin, my husband, started setting me up a good system because he's a systems guy. And I, never really learned systems that well. I just learned to do it all the time. And, if you want to do it all, you need systems to be able to do it all. And so I don't know if it's because he went to a military school or not, but he is good at systems and structure, which, I just love about him. And so he makes me feel so safe and so comforted and taken care of, because when I start to get overwhelmed, he's like, babe, we gotta get you on a system, and you can do as much as you want, but you don't have to do it all. But if you want to do all this stuff, then let's get you on a schedule. So he's set me up a nice schedule. I'm feeling relaxed today. I'm feeling taken care of. And so we're just off to a really good start, and springtime is coming. And so I think, I'll be able to be more consistent and not have to do the breakdown days, which, doesn't that sound nice? What do I do for work? I'm a hairstylist at a salon in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm a mom and a wife and an auntie and a sister and a daughter. I got my sisters and my mom in the chat, and they're moderators, so if you're not nice, they'll make sure your voice gets a bit quieter. So I got a killer support system. This is Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. The lips said, the boys look adorable napping outside. Oh, I know. I wish I could nap with them. It's the stuff that makes it hard, It's like you gotta work, but you gotta take the time to be present in those moments too, to get to lay and nap with each other. And I sometimes have a hard time doing that, and so I'm gonna try to let myself, because they're pretty precious and I gotta cherish them especially while my baby's young. Randy is bopping back and forth from my stream to Moriah's stream. Thanks, Randy. Verenia, hi. Clocking and talking. Hi. Mexi Honey, hi. You look like Jennifer Lopez. OMG, is it her? That's funny. I've never heard that one before. But thank you. She is beautiful. All right, we're gonna do quick makeup so that we can finish my hair, because I've got only 10 more minutes. And pink blush and a little bit of neutral blush. And I'm just using the Tarte Sculpt tape to bronze a little. It is broken. The one review on that I will give is like, I have a blush, that's the Sculpt tape, and the bronzer, that's the Sculpt tape, and they both broke in one way or another. One broke on the sponge side and one broke on the other side, like it popped open like this. And so, not the best quality in packaging, I'd say. Probably won't buy again. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of this blush first, which is Jane Iredale's Smolder. It's more of a kind of neutral nude blush. And then we'll do a little bit of the pink, almost as a color corrector. Because the makeup artist told me to drag it under my eyes to color correct a little bit before I do concealer. So I've been doing that. And honestly, I haven't been paying that much attention to whether I'm obsessed with it or not, but I think I like it. We're gonna do a little bit of light concealer and then a little bit of the darker concealer, and we're gonna mix a little. Just to get everything nice and balanced here. I feel like I've just been breaking out, which is new as of lately. So, is it stress? Maybe. Is it just like my hormones? Maybe. The hardest part is not knowing. And yet maybe that's the best part. Because then I can just give up control. What do you think about the blush and what it does for color correcting my eyes? You think it works? Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more of this. And I feel like I've got so much pink on my brush still that I don't need to add more. Don't poke your eye out dabbing, I know, right? When you dab really fast, there is a danger of that. All right. I'm gonna do a Jane Iredale lip liner today. I know I usually do the stain, but you know, sometimes you gotta mix it up. And so I'm gonna line. I fill in a little in the corners, just like I do with the stain. And yeah, you want a little high there. And then, last thing is eyebrows, but I'm gonna wait to do my eyebrows until after I dry my hair so that I don't mess them up. All right. We're gonna section the hair, starting from the bottom, ear to ear. Touch your fingers together, twist, put it up. Can we do the whole blow dry in 6 minutes? That's the question. We're gonna move fast. Are you ready? This is my hair's natural color, Lind 8. I haven't colored it since 2021, I think, was the last time I put anything in it. And I just use a lot of hydrating products, a lot of bond repair, well, not a lot, but just enough. I use shampoo and conditioner for my scalp. I eat really good quality meat, which I think helps. I take Nutrafol and just try to keep my hair really healthy. I would never color it again. Thank you. You know, I don't know what I'll do. Like, it'll be interesting to see how, like, when I go gray, what that looks like, you know? And if I need, or if I feel like, because my hair is pretty rich, which I love. So once I see what it looks like when I start to go like fully gray and don't just have this gray streak, if it's dulling it, you know, I might have to richen it back up. I don't know. Or maybe I'll add highlights. So never say never, but for now, I'm really enjoying just the way that it is. And I'm appreciating it. So for the next, you know, however many years, I will be having my natural hair color. Desire said, thanks for sharing all this with us. You're so welcome. Thanks for saying thank you. Oh, so sweet. I hope you like it. I hope you come back for more. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't liked this video yet, please like it. I would love for everyone's algorithm to want to pick me up every time y'all are on here. And I do try to go live, like I said. Didn't go live yesterday, but I do usually try to go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before work. So if you want to see or get notified when I do that, then you can hit the bell button up top, and that will turn on the notifications. So if I'm posting or I'm live, it will send you a notification that I've done that. And you can hop on here or see my newest videos. So this is a super basic blow dry. My hair doesn't need a ton of tension to get smooth, but some people's do. So what I like about this round brush is, first of all, it's massive. So you can fit a ton of hair on there. Second, you can get a lot of tension in here. And then when you put the air on the barrel of this round brush, it heats up the ceramic, and it's tourmaline coated on there. And so what happens is it really smooths your hair and gives it shine, almost as if you've used a curling iron or something. I'm loving my haircut. Ruskin cut my hair on Tuesday, and it just feels so healthy. It is life-changing when you've gone a little bit longer without a haircut, and then you realize what it feels like to have fresh ends, fresh layers. I'm gonna do these little pieces, and then the top piece is quick. So this is going pretty fast. I might have my entire head of hair blown dry in the next couple minutes. What are some good drugstore makeup brands? I haven't gotten makeup from the drugstore in so long that I can't say I for sure know. Summer, I would say summer right now, and this, my advice would not be based off of how they work as much as how toxic they are. And this is why I asked my sister Summer, who makes Bloom Tallow, which is the face moisturizer that I use on my face that is all non-toxic, natural, made of beef fat and essential oils. So I'm just gonna do this last section, last 2 sections, and then we're out, guys. And it's a hard cut off right now, but I just need to finish these sections, so I'm going to show them to you. And then I'm leaving because I can't stay here forever, and I need to have time to rest between my lives and when I go to work. I need to be able to put my shoes on and see my baby before I go and feel peaceful and not rushed, right? So we're gonna get this last section. Guys, we have really good moderators in here, so if you come in hot or rude, you will not be noticed, because you will be taken care of before I can even see you. If you come in with good energy, everyone's gonna welcome you with open arms. And we will be happy to have you. Okay. Look at my beautiful haircut by Ruskin. Guys, that was a fast blow dry. Silky. We've got some extra volume, I feel. Maybe that's from this. Last thing I'm gonna do is use Aveda's new product, which I'm not gonna say what it is because I just don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm gonna spray it in my hair. Smells delicious. Fun. Gives you some body. All right, guys. I love seeing all of you in the morning. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and just finish getting ready before work, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you for being here, and please subscribe and like this video right now as I'm clicking off. See how many likes you can make it have. I'll see you next week. Thanks, Mom and Summer, for being here, and Ruskin. Bye-bye.